Well, I hope you all had an absolutely beautiful Christmas. And if you were here with us, you know what amazing job Nicole did and Jimmer, and we're going to thank them again. And I'm delighted to see so many of you here in the room, and welcome to those of you who are joining online as well. My name is Wendy Craig-Purcell, and I'm the minister here at the Unity Center. If you're brand new to Unity, Unity is all about offering a positive path to spiritual living. And I'm just curious, do we have anyone in the room, because of course I can't see you online, but anyone in the room who has not been to a Burning Bowl service before? Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. So this service has become very much a favorite of our Unity community, very much a tradition. It's a tradition of letting go of the year that is just coming to a close and very mindfully and deliberately taking hold to the year that is about to come. In our service, we have 4 different parts. This service is different than the flow and the feel of a typical Sunday morning service. It's much more interactive. In fact, you might find it helpful to just kind of follow along. There are programs right in front of you on the tables that will tell you what's going on in the service. But you are what makes this service meaningful. Yes, I'll be facilitating. I'll be sharing some thoughts with you, some reminders with you. I'll be leading you through the various processes. But the service is really about you bringing your mind, your heart into this experience and really thinking about what it is that you are hoping for in the new year. What is it that you've learned from the year that has just passed? What do you need to let go of? And so the main elements of our service include what we call our Burning Bowl. And you would have noticed as you came in the patio that we have barbecue pits set up there. And the Burning Bowl part of the service is about releasing the things we don't want to take into the new year. Then we have a part of the service where we realize that we want to reflect and harvest on the good, harvest on the things that we have learned this year. And a lot of times our best learning comes out of some of our most painful experiences that we have. And so we want to harvest that learning. And then we also want to be able to give thought to what is it that we want the new year to look like and to feel like. And then how are we going to anchor that? How are we going to remember the things that we are thinking about and the intentions we are setting? How are we going to anchor that in the new year? And that's the white stone part of our service. So you should have all of the materials that you need in front of you. You should have a stone, a white stone. You should have a pencil, and you should have a stack of papers, three different pieces of paper that you'll be using during the service. And they are in the order of what you're going to need. So when we come to the time where we're going to be going out to the barbecue pits and releasing, you will want to tear off that top sheet because you don't want to throw away the other sheets. You will need to use those, and I'll give you those instructions again. So sometimes, with the New Year's Eve, we stay up until the strike of midnight. And sometimes we do that because we want to welcome in the new year. And I think sometimes it depends upon the year we've just had. We might want to make sure that the old year has really left, that we really have been able to let it go. But I think spiritually and in consciousness, the way that we prepare ourselves to really be able to let go is to make sure that we know how to frame the steps that we have taken that have brought us to this point in our life. I have shared this piece over the years numerous times. It's a poem that was written by Martha Smock, and it's called No Other Way. And the words in her poem, No Other Way, I think really speak to the idea of being aware of how we frame what has happened in our life and how we prepare to bring forth what it is we want to experience. She wrote, "Could we but see the pattern of our days, we should discern how devious were the ways by which we came to this, the present time, this place in life, and we should see the climb our soul has made up through the years. We should forget the hurts, the wanderings, the fears, the wastelands of our life, and know that we could come no other way, or grow into our good without these steps our feet found hard to take, our faith found hard to meet. The road of life winds on, and we like travelers go, from turn to turn until we come to know the truth that life is endless and that we are forever inhabitants of eternity. Could we come no other way or grow into our good without these steps our feet found hard to take, our faith found hard to meet? For some of us, this year has brought about a lot of changes. For some of us, we have lost loved ones who have made their transition. For others of us, maybe we brought new life into this year, or we have met our very first grandchild in this year. For others, maybe we have started retirement. For others, maybe we are going back to school, or we have changed jobs. Or for others, maybe we're trying to figure out what it is that we want to be and do when we grow up. So many twists and turns in our lives. Some things that are easy to welcome, and some things that are hard to come to terms with. The ideas that Martha Smock writes in that poem, No Other Way, are expressed by other teachers and philosophers and other schools of thought. There is a concept of amor fati, which translates into the love of one's own fate. The love of one's own fate. And it's the idea that one should love all of one's life. One should embrace all of one's life, not just the things that are easy to love, but to come to a place where we can accept and be with all of the elements and aspects of our life. Some of you may have studied the work of Joseph Campbell and the work of the hero's journey. And echoed in that is the same idea of no other way, that there are twists and turns and difficulties and ups and downs and joys and sorrows. In the hero's journey, it's all about the person going away, leaving the known, stepping into the unknown, facing their fears, their doubts, their insecurities, and dealing with their own demons, dealing with their own insecurities, and learning in the process of meeting those difficulties, and then returning transformed. There is, in modern psychology, a similar concept as well with this idea of embracing all of one's life. It's called post-traumatic growth. Have you heard of that? I had not heard of that before. PTG, post-traumatic growth. And it refers to the positive psychological change experienced as a result of a major life challenge or difficulty. So this theme of the twists and turns of life, and I believe the importance of trusting those twists and turns of life, is universal. Being able to see those patterns, recognizing that some of them are joyous and beautiful and easy to welcome, right? And some of them maybe not so much so. But in our spiritual understanding, we know that even that which might look chaotic, maybe even that which doesn't seem to make sense to us right now, that in time, if we continue to look through the lens of spiritual insight, we will see how they all come together. It's like the little boy who was over at Grandma's house after school, and Grandma was baking a cake. And the little boy was sharing with Grandma how he was not too happy about school and how things weren't going well on his baseball team and how he was struggling with math and how he didn't like this one co-student and what he didn't like about this one teacher. And it's going on and on to Grandma explaining how he wasn't liking school. And Grandma says, well, would you like a snack? And he says, of course. I mean, what kid after school doesn't want a snack, right? Would you like a snack? And he says, of course. And so she, as she's making the cake, says, well, here's some oil. And he looks at her and says, I don't want that. That's yucky, Grandma. Well, here are some raw eggs. Well, I don't want that either. Well, here's some sugar. I don't want that. That's all yucky, Grandma. You said I was going to be able to have a little snack. And of course, Grandma in her wisdom says, taken apart, all of these things, in fact, do seem pretty yucky. But when they all come together in the right way, they're going to make that delicious cake. And so as we look at this year that is coming to a close in a very short while, we want to look at it through the lens of all of the twists and turns that maybe have been difficult but have brought us to this place, this point in our lives, so that we can learn from that and we can move forward. An important part of this is the knowing what to let go of. Being willing to identify whether it's old beliefs or experiences or painful events or wounding, to make the conscious decision, I'm not going to carry that into the new year. Remember, sometimes we stay awake till midnight to greet the new year. Sometimes we stay awake till midnight to make sure that the year is finally gone so that we have a new slate to work from. And so we're going to move into the time of our service now where we start to do a little bit of work. I'd like you to take out your pencil and take out your stack of papers. You might want to write now so you don't forget later. You might want to rip off the blue sheet because that's the one you're going to be working on. And this is going to be a time to write down the things that you know you want to release. So I'm going to ask you to just hold off the writing. And some of you might have a whole lot to write, and that's okay. And you know what? It's the process. It's the intention. And you do not have to write every single thing that you want to let go of in great detail, okay? You just want to be able to highlight what are the things that you know were challenging, that you don't want to take forward in this new year. What is it that it's going to be time to release and to let go? And so we're going to start with a little bit of music. I release what no longer serves me. And as Nicole is sharing this chant, go ahead and start to write. Let your mind drift over the year, January, February, March, throughout the year. What are the things that you know it's time to let go of? What are the events, the circumstances, the experiences that just don't serve you anymore? Maybe things you were told about yourself that just aren't true. Maybe the way you've held what's possible for yourself. What is it that it's time to release and to let go?
I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release. I let go. I release. I let go. I release. I let go. I longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release, 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 I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go. I release what no longer serves me. I release and I let go.
Take a deep breath in. Release that breath and take just a moment to look over your sheet. Again, just highlighting the things that you really don't want to take into the new year with you. And taking just a moment longer, if there's anything else that you feel you left out. In metaphysics and unity, we know the importance of releasing and letting go. We know the importance of doing our denial work followed by our affirmation work. Very much like we might do if we are into gardening. We know that if we're going to have a beautiful garden, we have to take the time to prepare the soil. And much of that is making sure that we've pulled out the weeds, and not just off the top, but the roots of the weeds, so that we create this openness, this clear space. And so we want to be mindful of the things that we know are not worthy of us, the things that we know we want to release. And in our burning bowl service, we take a few moments to actually take those pieces of paper and to put them into the fire. And one of the beautiful things about that is the symbology of that, right? You know, when we think of a fire in the positive sense, when we think of a fire as a way to warm ourselves, right? As a way to bring comfort into our life experience. When we're cold, we want to be warmed up a little bit. And we know that in the burning of the wood, or in the case here, the burning of the pieces of paper, that it is a transmutation of that substance into a different form of energy. And so in a moment, the ushers are going to direct you to go out to the burning bowl. Please do follow their instructions. They know how they'd like you to go out and how they'd like you to come back in, so it's a little bit more manageable for all of us. Please be careful when you take your piece of paper and you put it into the burning bowl. Don't put your hand all the way in and hold it. The mom in me, again, wants to make sure that everybody is safe here. And if you want, you can take just a moment to kind of look at it as it's burning. And I've shared this over the years that when I've done this exercise before, sometimes there have been things in my life that have been really difficult to release. And it's been amazing to me how sometimes my release paper will go up right away, and other times it's like, did I put water on this or something? It's taking so long to really release. But we will trust the process. And so I'm going to ask the ushers to direct you to the burning bowls. JR and the team will play a little bit of music, and we'll come back here in just a moment. know that feeling when you've been carrying something really, really heavy? Like maybe trying to get into your house, lifting 2 very heavy grocery bags and then finally putting them down. What's that feeling like, right? It's a feeling, yes, like, let's collectively do that. And again. And one more time. Hey, good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. This next song that Nicole will share is just a perfect transition from what we were just practicing, the letting go, but also recognizing that out of the yuck can come something really beautiful. It's a piece called No Mud, No Lotus.
Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, they also awoke you to the questions you needed to ask. The sleepless nights and the dizzying heights and the dreams, some of which came true. Until the breaks, heartaches, perfect mistakes created this version of you. And everything you go grows you. It grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes who you are. Softer. If it was hard, it fueled the hunger. If it touched you, your heart, it took hold. If it was simple, it made you wise. If it was sweet, it made you smile. Weaved an indelible impression on your soul. Your feet, they walked, and your lips, they talked, and your hands dug around for the proof. Every look, every book pictured in your mind that you took created this version of you. And everything you go you. It grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes the roots of an endless summer, part-time temporary lovers, and the swoon of a deep blue sky. And as the time blew, you planted and gathered your truth as it passed right before your eyes. And the wound is where the light gets in, revealing the masterpiece that's just beneath the skin. And in the glow of your own light, with your petals open wide, and you bloom right where you are. And everything you go through, it grows you. It grows you. And everything you go through, it grows you and exposes who you are. No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, they also awoke you to the questions you needed to ask. Thank you.
That song is packed with so much wisdom. You can clap again. And beautifully done. So much wisdom. The patterns of the pain of your past. The things that broke you also awoke you. You know, I imagine that some of the things that you wrote on your blue pieces of paper were things that broke you, things that were painful and difficult, words or events and so forth. But they have the potential to wake us up. And more than that, everything, as the line in the song says, everything you go through grows you. I would put one caveat to that, though. Everything we go through grows us if we discern what we want to take forward and what we're going to leave in the past. The learning is what we want to take forward. The pain, we need to heal from it, yes. The woundedness, we heal from it. But what we want to harvest, what we want to take forward, is the learning. And so it is really a valuable spiritual practice periodically, and certainly the end of the year is a very pivotal time to do it, but to periodically reflect on, well, what are the things I'm learning? Learning about myself. What are the things I'm learning about how life works? What are the things I'm learning about what's really important to me? What are the things I'm learning about maybe what I used to value or think was important is not that high on my list anymore. Each of us is unique. Each of us has our own history, our own past, our own strengths and weaknesses. Each of us is here by divine appointment. Each of us is here to make a difference in the world. Each of us is here to continue to grow and to evolve. It's one of the very core beliefs we hold in unity, that no matter how far we have come, no matter how much we have already learned or grown, that there is still yet more for us to learn, still yet more for us, more ways for us to grow. Growing into our good is really about knowing what to take forward with you. What is it that you have learned from the experiences that you've had in this past year? We've left the pain behind, but what is the mud, the soil out of which that new lotus is going to blossom? What is it that we have learned? You know, every decision we make with the best knowledge, experience, understanding we have at that time, at that point in our life. So what do you know now that you didn't really know this time last year? Have you discovered something about yourself? Have you come to appreciate yourself maybe a little bit more, or to see your strengths a little bit more clearly? Have you come to have developed a greater capacity for understanding, for insight, for wisdom? What is it that you know now that you didn't know before? I'd like to invite you to take out your green sheet of paper, purposely green, for the idea of growing. I like the phrase, the alliteration of this, leveraging the learning. Say that with me. Leveraging the learning. There is not one of us in this room or joining us online who hasn't learned some things this year. And that's the good that we want to harvest. That's what we want to take forward in this new year. And so, as you take out that piece of green paper and start to reflect on what is the learning that you want to take forward, take a few deep breaths in and out. This is a time of remembering who you are, a time of remembering the journey your feet have taken, the unique learning and lessons that you have experienced this year. What have you learned? Take a few more minutes if you need to continue to write and to reflect. In the rich tapestry of your life this year, there are insights that you have gleaned, ways that your understanding has deepened, lessons that you have learned. Everything we go through grows us if we take the learning forward. Everything we go through grows us if we take the learning forward. Those things that broke us, also awoke us. Awoke us to a deeper understanding of ourselves, our place and purpose, our unique gifts. And so we recognize that as we leverage the learning, that we are receiving a powerful gift, a gift that will help us to be better positioned to create more of the life we would like to experience in this new year. Letting go of those things that have held us back or weighed us down. Then reflecting upon what our learning has been as a result of those experiences positions us in such a powerful way to be bold in our dreaming, to be bold in our visioning, to be bold in what we want to bring forth. And so we release this process of leveraging the learning as we move into a time of being inspired by a message in this song that helps us to have the courage to be bold and to dream.
Bailey. Every December since I can remember, I've watched the same movie, despite what it does to me. It's a wonderful life, but it passes by so fast. I hate to sound gloomy, but it's the story of a guy standing on a bridge, all he ever wanted, all the things he never did, missing every minute of the life he never lived. Oh, I don't wanna be George Bailey, waiting for the right time, for a clear sign.
That's a great message song from lyricist Jana Stanfield. I don't want to be George Bailey. Do you relate to that? Don't want to be George Bailey. Great lines in there. Got my suitcase packed in a safe place, but I get distracted. Can't go to Paris if I never bought a ticket, right? All of those kinds of things. That the words in that song strike a chord in us because we probably all have dreams that we have kind of thought about, but we haven't acted on them, right? And one of the things that we emphasize in metaphysics is the importance of consciousness, the importance of having a vision of what it is that we want to experience in our life, what it is we want to bring forth. We love the Old Testament saying from Moses, where there is no vision, the people perish. And then we say, and where there is vision, the people flourish. The idea that we need to have a sense of what it is that we want to be different. You know, sometimes people are much clearer about what they don't want. Right? You know, what do you want? You ask somebody that, what do you want in a relationship? What do you want in a career? Pay attention to the number of times that people will begin by telling you what they don't want. What they don't want, rather than what they do want. The universe operates according to what it is that we set in motion in consciousness when we say, this is what I want to bring forth. Now, we still have to get up off our affirmations and do the work. But before we get up off our affirmations, do the work, we want to be sure we're doing the right work. What's that line or that teaching in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits? The importance of having our ladder that we're climbing to success, make sure it's leaning on the right wall. Right? So, and only you know what is the right wall for you. And one of the challenges some of us have experienced is we've allowed other people to define for us what is the right wall, where our ladder should be leaning. Maybe we're still running stories that we got in childhood about what is the right wall for us or the right things we should be going for. Or maybe we've bought into the myth that because we're at a certain age, well, now our choices need to look like this. And I would say we should challenge ourselves with that. I deeply believe that if there is something that is in our heart and soul that keeps surfacing, that we are really meant to do and be that thing. Have you noticed how there are certain dreams? Have you had this experience where there's a certain dream, a certain something that is really important to you? And like the song, George Bailey, you got your suitcase packed in a safe place, but you've never taken it out to go anywhere. And so you let yourself get distracted. You don't do anything about it. Have you ever been like that? We probably all have. So at this time in the year, it's such a powerful time for us to increase our own motivation and inspiration for dreaming, for making a commitment that we're not going to be like George Bailey in 2026. That if there's something we really want to experience in this new year, we're going to write about it. We're going to give some color to it, some dimension to it, so that we can start to move in the direction of achieving that. And so I'd like you to take out your last piece of paper. You're going to take these two home with you, the green sheet and the yellow sheet. And now is a time for you to be reflecting on how do you want 2026 to be different? And not by saying, I don't want it to look like 2025. Okay, not that way. Not that way. How do you want it to be different? And again, you don't have to put all the detail in it here. You won't have the time here in the service to complete it, but at least start it. At least start the juices going of what, if you could figure out how, what would you do? I'm going to stop. Ask you to stop for a second. One of the most powerful things somebody ever said to me, truly a life-changing thing somebody said to me, was this: Wendy, if you could solve the problem, what would you do? What the person was saying to me was, if I could solve the how, what would I do? The what is what's important to us. We get tripped up a lot of times, like George Bailey. because we're trying to figure out the how. We need to first be clear on the what. And then as we're clear on the what, then we hold that what in meditation, in affirmations, in vision boards, and we start paying attention to the guidance that we get to help us figure out the how. Does that make sense? So this is not about how you're going to do the what. This is what is your what. Isn't that a great sentence? What is your what? Knowing that all things are possible. Take just a moment to look back over your sheet, knowing that you'll have time at home today or over the next few days to expand on it. But maybe hold it in your hand and just for a moment, take in the energy of our shared time together. The fact that we have chosen to be here this morning in person or online, to come together because each of us has a desire to learn and grow. Each of us has a desire to continue to transform our lives and to be a beneficial blessing. And to do an activity such as this in community, I think makes it that much more meaningful and that much more special. And so I invite you to take a deep breath in. Release that breath. And maybe another deep breath in. Release that breath. And once again, deep breath in. Release that breath. Allow yourself to feel prayerful and hopeful and faithful with regard to the things that you wrote on your paper, but also to extend that same loving, positive, hopeful, prayerful energy to the people on either side of you, to the people in front of you and behind you. To just imagine for a moment, if all of our wishes, if all of our visions, all of us in this room and all of us online, were to be manifested in this new year, would it not create a better year all around, not just for us individually, but for us collectively? For the truth is that to the extent that each of us lives out of our own divine purpose and creates a life of meaning and purpose for ourselves, that we are not the only recipients of that good. That our living our lives in that way is a beneficial presence to all who encounter us, who come to know us, and maybe are watching how we live, how we do life, and are inspired by it. And take just another deep breath in. And so we release that prayer, that energy, and we move into the time of our service with our white stones. And you may notice, if you've been with us for a lot of years now, that some of these stones are different shape this year. Some of them are completely round, a few of them are the square stones we've had, and some of them are quite different. And the reason for that is our supplier changed. And we were scrambling. But as John and Jennifer and I were here on Christmas Day, changing out the sanctuary from Christmas Eve and putting everything on the chairs. And as I was setting these out, I thought, well, that's kind of special that they're different. This year is a new and different year that we're wanting to welcome in. So the idea behind the white stone comes from a passage in Revelation, not a favorite book of the Bible by any means for most folks, but the idea behind it was a phrase or a part of the scripture that refers to when a prisoner has been released from prison and has paid their debt to society, that they were given a white stone with their name written on it. And the idea behind it was that white stone with their name written on it was their signal to anyone who questioned whether they had paid their debt to society or not, that their white stone was their evidence that they had fulfilled their responsibilities. For us in Unity, we have used this as a way to help us anchor in to the new year, to realize that it's one thing to write out our vision statements or to start to do that like we did a moment ago. And right now, we're probably filled with a lot of hope and optimism about the new year, and rightfully so. But have you noticed how the energy might shift just a few months into the new year? Just think about how many people set resolutions like they're going to lose weight or stop smoking or stop drinking or whatever, and they're really committed to that at the, January 1st. And then you check in with them, come February 15th. And it might be a very different, am I the only one that knows that stuff works like this, right? We can lose the momentum. And so for us, this white stone is a way to prayerfully receive a guiding word that will help be our anchor through the new year. So whatever it is that we wrote on our vision paper is beautiful and wonderful, and we want to keep that alive. But we also want to be open to what's going to help sustain us as we go through January, February, March, April, May, all the way through the year, to remember what it is that we've set as our intentions. Does that make sense? And so I'm going to ask you in a moment, as you sit quietly and listen to the song Sanctuary, which I think is just a beautiful, beautiful, hauntingly beautiful song, Lord, make me a sanctuary, to sit quietly as you listen to that and drop into a place of receptivity and not thinking. because I'm going to ask you to try to receive a guiding word that is your word for 2026. Now, some of you who've been here for years and may have a whole collection of these, you may have already come and decided what your word is. Others of you may get a word as you're sitting here, and you may start arguing with that word. I don't want the word forgiveness this year, or whatever the word may be. Or you may get a word and you go, darn it, that's the same word I got last year. My ministerial advice to you is don't argue with it. Don't argue with it. If it's the same word you've gotten before, there's nothing wrong with that. If you get confirmation that the word you were thinking about before you came today is the right word, then it's the right word for you. Does that make sense? It's really about the difference between using the mind to figure out what you think it should be and just being receptive to what Spirit or God or the universe or your higher power would have it be. Make sense? All right, so I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, hold your stone for a while, and just be reflective and ready to receive. Take your time.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. A sanctuary, a sanctuary for you, for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you, for you. Amen. Amen.
And just holding your stone in your hand now with whatever word you received. And perhaps silently repeating that word in your mind. Imagining the calendar and the days before you passing January, February, all through the year. that this word helps to guide you and sustain you, that this word reminds you of who and what you are and the dreams that you hold, the things that you've learned, the things you've overcome. And so this word is almost as if it's a new name that you have been given, a name that provides freedom and courage to move forward in your life with ease and grace, knowing that you move forward with Spirit guiding you, leading the way, making the way straight, easy, and joyful. Straight, easy, and joyful. Spirit goes before you.
Spirit goes before me, leading the way, leading the way. Spirit goes before me, and all is peace. Spirit goes before me, leading the way, leading the way. Spirit goes before me, and all is peace. Spirit goes before me, leading the way, leading the way. Spirit goes before me, and all is peace. Spirit goes before me, leading the way, leading the way. Spirit goes before me, and all is joy. Spirit goes before me, leading the way, leading the way. Spirit goes before me, and all is joy. Spirit goes before me, leading the way, leading the way. Spirit goes before me, and all is joy.
And all is joy.